Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits, and welcome to my FlossTube. I have a number of things that I want to share and chat about, so let's get started. We'll start off with an exciting thing that I was brave and signed myself up for. I entered my local, I guess, but it's not really close, state fair for Washington State, and I signed up on the very last day that entries were open for signing up. Yeah, on Friday, because I'm actually recording this on Sunday because I forgot that this was a FlossTube weekend, so whoops. But on this past Friday, my girls and I made the really long drive. It was like 45 minutes, so not too long, but not close, to drop off 3 of my pieces, and I will show you the 3 pieces that I entered. The first one is Floss Daily, which is my cross stitch piece that I entered because I couldn't really enter any other cross stitch pieces based on the categories, because you can only enter in, it's like other places, you can only enter in 1 piece per category, and sometimes some of the things were categories were, some of the categories were different sizes of pieces. So the smallest cross stitch size was 24 inches, which is, if you add up, like if it's a rectangle, you add up the sides, as long as it is equal, less than or equal to 24 inches, then yeah, that's 24 inches. And the pieces that I have, they're all smaller than that. I have done the cross stitch house that was a commission 2 years ago, which I would love to be able to enter, but it's not in my possession anymore. It's not really appropriate for me to ask, hey, can I just borrow this for a month and a half and enter it enter it into a competition? But I digress. So I had 1 cross stitch piece that I could enter, and so I picked Floss Daily because I just like the design. I also am happy with the actual stitching of it. I think it was really nice, so I did that one. The next piece that I entered was Spring Bliss, which is the latest embroidery pattern that I have available and completed. That one I entered into the Brazilian embroidery category. No, into the, design, your own custom design. I think it was something like that, called something like that. So I entered that one into it because I'm very proud of it. I think it's a really nice design, and I think I stitched it very nicely. So there was that one. And the last one that I entered in was Simply Florals, because everyone tells me that it's amazing. And that one I entered into the Brazilian embroidery category, that's the word. Yeah, hopefully I'm not wrong in thinking I should have swapped the 2 embroidery pieces around for their categories. So fingers crossed, but I'll see next month if I win anything. I know there's cash prizes, like if you get first you get $10 or something like that, that's cool, but I'm hoping to win ribbons, basically, or a ribbon, I should say specifically. I don't expect I will win anything, to be quite honest, but you gotta be in it to win it, so wish me luck. The next thing that I want to chat about is a finished piece that I have. I shared this on social media, and it's kind of a mixed media piece that I've done. It's this piece here. It doesn't have a name, just because I was kind of fiddling and experimenting, that's the word. So yeah, it's just a cute mix of crochet and embroidery. It's all done with yarn in different weights. I think they might all be worsted weight. I don't know. I don't have all of these things attached to my yarn still, so I don't really remember how to check. I know you can check what weight a yarn is, but like, who cares? This is, yeah, just for trying something new, basically. So yeah, it's in an embroidery hoop. As you can see, that's the back, which is a mess. But it's an embroidery hoop. It's crocheted onto the inside of the embroidery hoop, so like the inner circle. And then yeah, this is just like, I could take this off and it would still be attached. And so it's got wagon wheels, it's got lazy daisies, and it's got fishbone and French knots, the little yellow dots, which aren't, I don't know if I like the yellow dots, but I was just experimenting basically. So there's that piece. I have started doing another one. So I've done the crochet part. It's a little bit loose. It's still got all of its dangly bits, but it's a little bit loose, so I'm not happy with that. So you can see like how loose it is. I tried tightening it, but I didn't really like how this one sort of sank in to the hoop. So I was trying to make it so that it sits more like fabric does. And yeah, it's a smaller size too, just to be clear. This is a 4-inch and this is a 5-inch hoop. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. My crochet skills are not what they used to be, but oh well. It's fun to just sort of be experimenting and giving something a try again that has no like ulterior motive, I guess. I'm not planning on selling these or anything like that. I'm just, yeah, experimenting. So let me know what you think of those. Let me know if you've done this kind of thing as well. I'm not the first to be making this sort of thing. So yeah, let me know what you think. What should we talk about next? Let's talk about these. So I made a reel on Instagram about this, but I finally put this together. I counted wrong as well. I actually have 15. Yeah, 15. I missed 2 last week when I was talking about these. So I thought I had 13, but I actually had 2 more that were hiding back there. But all of these awesome pins are now in a place together on display. I have this extra room here because I joined their 6th Kickstarter, which ended, I'm not sure. It was less than a week ago, but it's ended. And I bought, or I plan on choosing 2. Oh, I paid for 2 and I plan on choosing 2 that are horizontal, so they'll fit in here nicely, I think. So that's all the ones I have, and I'm happy with it. And this is the back because someone was asking me about the back on social media. So that's what the back looks like. It's just the pin backing. But yeah, I finally found a command hook that sticks to this textured wall. Because apart from this command hooks just don't stick to the walls in our house, which is really disappointing. Like seriously disappointing. Anyway, let's move on to some works in progress. I have 3 works in progress, and one of them I'll save for last because it will be a good tangent into something else. So the first thing is this, which I'll get rid of my needle minder because it will be in the way. It's the Farming Magic, which is so close to being finished now. As you can tell, there is not a lot of space left, but it's so hard to hold up the whole thing in the shot and not be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm working on it up here. This is part 8 out of 8. I love this little fox. He's very, very cute. He's gonna have wings, which is why he's got little bits sticking out of him. Wings kind of like the pig has down here. And this farmhouse is amazing, but that's what I'm working on. And there's a bunch of clouds, like these ones. Yeah, so I did make one mistake. I've left it because it doesn't affect anything else in the pattern. This, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a wind thing. This up here is actually to the left 1 square. It should be over, so... But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't affect anything else. The clouds aren't touching it or anything like that, so I left it. And I cannot stop seeing the face here. It's a little less obvious now that the yellow and the green is in it. But oh my gosh, when I stitched it, I was just like, that looks like such a silly face. So there's that one. The other piece I have that I've been working on, which I haven't worked on as much as the farm, and this one is now all released. It's all available to be stitched as of this past Friday. All 11 parts are now out. Here's my, come on, greenhouse, which you can see this, I'm working on this part down here. You can see the skeletons starting to emerge from all the black, as I'm currently working on black. What part am I up to? I think I'm up to part 7. Yeah, part 7. So I'm pretty far behind, but that's okay. It's amazing. The whole thing, you should check out her Instagram. The whole thing looks super cool. It's very cool. It's awesome to see the gaps filled in as well. So like, for example, there's this white bit here, because this is the glass ceiling. This white bit here, here we go, where the final part that's been released, there's actually pods being shot out of the roof through this hole. Which, how cool is that? I'm just marveling at it, don't mind me. A little bit of work done on that one. I've been mostly working on the farm because I kind of have told myself that I would like to get that done before September. Like just have it finished before September. Mostly because aside from the past, like the release of part 8, so the time between part 7 and 8, I had completely kept up with the stitch along, which I'm very proud of. And I was like super close with part 7 to 8 and keeping caught up with it in each month. I don't know, that would just make me feel cool. Who knows? So yeah, I'm working on that one, and I will probably focus on that one until it's done, to be honest. One thing that is not something that I've worked on, but I'm bringing up because it's relevant to what I have planned on in the near future. Once my kids go back to school, and that's like a whole thing that I want to talk about, is this piece here. So I haven't touched this pattern, well, future pattern, in a while now. I will be cutting out at least the red in this piece, and most likely the white bits as well, and trying other stuff basically. Yeah, this is, and I will be doing different colors. You know, I may actually end up cutting out the blue too, just because I don't like how the color that I've picked. So I really like the design that I did. I just am not happy with everything else about it, basically. So yeah, this is gonna happen. It doesn't have a name, but it's a thing. But the other work in progress, the real work in progress, is this other upcoming embroidery pattern, which also doesn't have a name. It's gonna be something to do with wildflowers, but I have the design. I really like the design. I have it all planned out more than I did with the other one that I just showed you. So like, I have a plan with all the colors, and the black is where the colors go, and the pink is the stitches that'll be used. I've had to do chalk. Not, what is it? I think it's chalk. It's a sew line pencil. I think it's chalk. Because I'm doing it on such a dark fabric, but I really liked how it looked with the contrast of the white flowers up here. If that'll focus, yeah. So we'll see how it goes, basically. I'm just trying stuff, pretty much. So that's that one. Again, it doesn't have a name, and I wanted to show embroidery patterns. So like, this is what it looks like. Wow, you can't see that really. I don't know if that's gonna work. If that doesn't work, then I'll just overlay an actual screenshot of it. But I have other embroidery stuff that I've been working on, which is this one. Oh my gosh, that does not want to work, does it? And that one's wedding bouquet, I think I called it. Yep. And then there's this cute little one, which is called Send Love, obviously. And that one I plan on trying to stack fabric. And the last one, this one I just named Cheery Bouquet, but I don't really like the name, so I've got other embroidery patterns on here that I've fiddled with. I have shown some of them before, so I won't go into all of them, but just know that, yeah, I've been tinkering, I guess, for lack of a better term. I'm struggling with cross-stitch patterns at the moment, which is kind of disappointing me a little bit. I'm sort of following the dopamine in a way, following the, what's the word? Inspiration, creativity, the flow, trying to follow what's working and trying to not ruminate on what isn't working for me right now. The last thing that I want to bring up that's Two Little Kits related is blog posts. I have a list which has been dripped on of a bunch of things that I need to update on my website and just kind of do that's computer themed, and a lot of it I have plans on. I hear sneaking. Anyway, a lot of it I have plans on starting it and getting it, the momentum going once my kids are back at school, which is very soon. It's a week and 2 days as of today. They go back on the 29th. Oh my gosh, I have so many things that I need to get done. I've also just got a lot of things I need to get done around the house. When that happens, I'm going to try so hard to get a schedule for myself sorted so that I can tackle both the stuff for Two Little Kits that I want to get done and the stuff that I've got to get done around the house, and work around appointments that I have as well. We also have, to go into the IRL topic, I have something on with my kids, well, for my kids, almost every day of the week this week. It was like that at the end of the last school year. The day off that we had was Tuesday. Now that's shifted to Friday, which is likely going to be taken up pretty soon by a speech therapy, if we can make that happen. There is such a shortage of pediatric therapists at the moment. It's ridiculous. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in my car, it seems. And I hope to use the time that they're at school to be on my computer and get things ready for when I am sitting in the car and I have time to stitch and create and do all that. So yeah, that's a tangent between, like a mishmash of IRL and Two Little Kits, I guess, as a topic. But other stuff has been happening in the last 2 weeks. Today is actually my husband's birthday, so I yesterday made cupcakes and a tiny little cake with what was left of the cake mixture. We did happy birthday and had some cake today. We're gonna go out for dinner. He got a bunch of presents and it's just been a quiet day so far, which is awesome. I'm glad that my kids, right now, they seem like they're kind of bugging him a little bit, but they've been chill enough to let me do this, so I maybe can, I don't think I'll be able to get it out and live tomorrow like I would hope to normally, so this is probably going to be a late FlossTube. It'll be when it is, and you guys will just be like, yes, you're right, it was late, or or whatever. What else has happened? Oh yes, this time last week I was missing my ADHD medication. I spoke about it a fair bit on social media, but if you aren't aware, there is a massive shortage countrywide of stimulant medication. It started with Adderall and now it's slowly moving into the other brands and mixtures of stimulant medication. I take Vyvanse, which works for me. It also works for my daughter. And yeah, I had to go 4 days without my ADHD meds. That was rough. I was having to nap. I started to have withdrawal symptoms, which were like the shakes and cloudy head and other stuff that I don't even remember, to be quite honest. But thankfully, insurance covered me getting 2 different smaller doses of Vyvanse that would equal up to what I usually take. Now I'm back to normal. When I took the doses on Wednesday, which was the first day that I had them because I picked them up late on Tuesday, when I had them on the Wednesday, I felt so much better. I was like, I had all of the energy. Oh my gosh. So yeah, just know that there are lots of people out there struggling, and for a little while I was one of them. But yes, it was really tough and now I feel better. The last thing to chat about is, like I mentioned, the school holidays ending. My kids go back in 9 days. They're both very excited to go back, which is awesome. I'm hoping to make a plan this coming week for myself of what I want to get done, what I want to do and work on and achieve as once they go back. And like I'm kind of going to let the first day or two to just sort of get home after dropping them off and just be like, what do I want to do? And just take in the quiet, basically. I do want to like get started. I'm actually wanting to make content for social media again, which is awesome. I really want to sit and actually focus on work without there being potential or actual distractions from my kids. That's a whole thing that I could talk about as well, which I won't even go into because it would just be me venting basically, and not in a great way. Yeah, oh my gosh, I am rambling, I realize, but just know that I have started to get the drive and the drive and interest to create again, which is awesome. And I want to be able to foster it before I lose it. So yeah, but in the meantime, I've been stitching on my stuff. I don't have any commission pieces at the moment. I'm going to be focusing on patterns, basically, which is fine. I feel like there's another work in progress that I haven't shared. What's that? Oh, I know what that is. That goes in there. I will admit, like before I wrap up, I will admit that this piece never got finished. This was supposed to be for today, for my husband's birthday today. So it's now going to turn into a Christmas present for him. I was feeling a bit stressed about getting this done in a short period of time because it is a little bit complicated. I am doing it on 18 count so that it would be smaller, and doing it on black just makes it harder. So yeah, I did make the call to just let that be a present for another time. So yeah, it's a present for another time. Anyway, with that, I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you so much for watching. If you let me know what you think about the embroidery patterns that I shared. Let me know if you did either of the stitch alongs that I shared or am working on, and you know, if you kept up with them or if you finished any of them or something like that. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any commission work that you need done, again, as I've mentioned, I don't have anything that I'm currently working on, so I'm very available right now, which includes not only Stitch People portraits, but custom patterns and things like the stitched house that I did 2 years ago, which I will do a thing here showing you what I mean by that. There's a link in the description to be able to order something like that, or if you aren't sure how to order something like that, let me know. There's contact forms. So I look forward to hearing from you. But until next time, I'll see you around the internet. Bye!